Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkis, and today is FabriChat.
Hey!
Hello!
Hey, it's Amazon Prime Day.
It is. Don't tell Robert.
I know. I always get kind of down a rabbit hole a little bit, and it's almost like Costco
I need to
shopping.
change my password real fast. Then Robert's going to say, hey, I can't. Why doesn't it? That's so smart.
I know. I find that I buy things that I don't need. In fact, I've already done a little bit of shopping. I found this thing. It's the cutest thing ever. And it was only like $7.99. And it's this little square chopper that has little holes in it. So you can take like your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you just go, and it turns into little, nubbin little sandwiches. For the babies. You don't think
okay, my kids would probably love that. With the cute little pokers.
For the kids. It's not for me.
With the cute little pokers.
Yeah, I don't want to need a sandwich like that. That is not a bite size for me. But
you can make little petty fours too with cake.
I know.
Drizzle your frosting over it.
And they could eat with little pokers.
Little pokers.
I think they would like it.
They probably would.
Yeah, so I got that. And I don't know, I have a couple things in my cart. We'll see what sort of madness
occurs.
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. But the other fun thing is that there's like, you can get books. You can get Audible books for free during Amazon.
Yeah. I go in and look all the time.
There's some fun
My
things
Kindle is packed. So if the power ever decides to go out, it's fine.
You're fun to have things to read. Yeah. Good. I have that on my list too, to talk about book club today just a little bit. So I had a couple things on my list. So I was going to do a little update on Alaska, and I was going to talk to you guys about guild options, and then what was the other thing? Ireland. Those are the 4 things on my list to talk about. But first, let's see. So I have been gone. I think a lot of you guys knew that. We went up to, well, not we, Jordan and I. We have family friends up in Alaska, and it's kind of fun. So I'll go up and talk with the guild a little bit, teach a class, hang out. That was super, super fun. And then we have people up there that have bought machines from us. And so Jordan goes up and he does their servicing, does a little bit of fishing. And then now they found out that he
is a mechanic,
washers and dryers.
Oh, yeah.
And hot tubs. So he was super busy.
I bet.
Yeah, he was super busy. But anyway, we just have such a great time. And when I go up there, I always think I could totally live here. I mean, it's just so green and so beautiful and so wild, you know. I don't know, is that a descriptive word for them?
Probably.
I think it is. I just love it. Just wildflowers.
You're definitely
everywhere.
one with nature. For sure.
I am.
You are.
I could just get lost. And, they didn't find her for 3 days. Yeah, I don't care. No, I wasn't trying to get out. You know,
they stopped looking because I'm the bears.
I'm all good. But I just love it up there. And it's funny because they were the day that I landed, it was sunny and beautiful.
Oh, good.
The day that I left was t-shirt weather and hot.
Ooh.
It was like 70 degrees, balmy. And super, super beautiful. But the rest of the time, it was totally drizzle and rain 24 hours a day. And it's funny because they're a little apologetic about that. But I certainly understand. That's why it's green. That's why
there's
it
only
looks like that.
One way to get there.
Yeah, it's perfectly okay. Now, I think that if I lived in that, 250 days a year, the rain, and all of the darkness in the wintertime.
You'd have to supplement with multivitamins.
Yeah. I'm not so sure.
You'd have to come down to visit.
Yeah, so I'm not so sure. But the other thing that Amanda said is that, I was thinking that it was it's light until, I could lay in bed and read a book with light from the window.
You told us that before you left, that before you remember that. It just, don't remember when it went dark.
Fantastic. It's super fantastic. And we went out to the beach at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like, hey, we're all done with our day. Let's go. We went to 4 beaches.
That's awesome.
It was just so nice and so much fun. But in the wintertime, I thought, well, gosh, you're going to pay for that. But she says that it gets light at about 9 and it gets dark at about 4. That's substantially different from what we have.
No, not really.
I think we get light at about 8 and get dark about 4.
That's fine, though.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could live with that, but
How long does your day really have to be?
I know. How much do you really need to get done before it's time to read and sew?
Right.
You know. And also, another interesting fact, which we had never really put together before until now we're doing this whole temperature quilt thing.
Sure.
We are colder than them. Do you know that?
Oh, let's go. Let's move up there. I don't want to be that cold.
I mean,
I guess it makes sense with
we get
rainforest.
colder. Yeah, they're rainforests.
That makes sense, because, I mean, rain can only happen
They're
at
rainforests.
specific temperatures, and then snow will happen.
Yeah. And I think that's different from, you know, she said about 200 miles away is where you get into the tundra and, you know, all bets are off there.
Yeah, of course.
But where they are in Kodiak, Alaska, it is rainforest. And so we are colder and colder longer than they are.
Huh.
I don't know. And they were all dying when I said it was 108 degrees at home. They're going, oh, God.
It's
like,
well,
oh, yeah. That's,
triple digits for like
8 nobody
days.
likes that. Nobody likes it.
No.
Our tomato plants get sunburned.
And it's so hard. Like,
wilty.
right now, Robert waited too long to spray because he was going to spray with his dad and just do a big old thing. So he didn't. Is a problem.
Your weeds.
Luckily, all of our weeds are kochia. So it's not like it's a hard weed to pull. It's not a whole lot of a dandelion field. It just gets big. So we are out there at like 9:30 at night, right before it gets dark, pulling freaking weeds. Because he's going to spray some, but once they're so big, it's not worth spraying because then you have to remove the dead anyway. So did you really save any time?
Right.
So that's our problem, is we're pulling weeds at dark. But then we get, the chickens wake up to a snack because we'll throw some in their pen.
And that's also why you don't
want
to spray it. Because you want them to be able to eat it.
Yeah, so the stuff around, we have a big outside garden, and out there we pull all of those and give us to the chickens. But, gosh, it's so out of control. If Dad saw.
If Dad saw. If you let that go 1 year, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it goes to seed. Yeah.
So we're a couple
we live
of
in the
things.
land of weeds.
Oh, we do. And so next year we're not going to do our big garden. It just doesn't produce enough. I mean, it doesn't really produce at all. But it all makes sense. Like, I tried to common sense Robert that the ground he's trying to put this big garden on has been sterilized for
25 years, 30?
Yeah, for as
30
long
years.
as Dad owned it.
Yeah.
So I said, you're not going to. Unless
The only way you'd be able to do that is if you put in some raised beds and brought in the dirt. Because Dad made sure that nothing was ever going to grow there.
And it's true, nothing did.
And nothing did.
Yeah. So now we have our little garden that doesn't really do anything, and our ring of kochia. And then, so he's finally talked into not doing it next, because it's expensive to do that big, buy the plastic, try to eliminate any extra weeds, all the extra plants or whatever. So we're just going to do, so we're just going to do pots, because that's where we're getting most, like the cherry tomatoes, the Romas, my cucumbers are already producing, and jalapenos in my pots are like super happy, no matter how hot it is.
Pot gardening is good.
Yeah, so we're going to do that, and he is on board not to do the expensive big garden. His mom does a huge garden.
Yeah.
That if we don't, so the chickens
Just go
eat
over
so
and
good.
pick that.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
weekend.
The chickens eat so good because there's so much we can't get before the rest of the world gets it, or the sun beats it, or we just don't get it in time. So I said there's that, and he is now done with the weeds. He's decided he looks like a slob. And
Is he embarrassed about his yard?
is.
He doesn't have an old man yard?
Yeah, he is so embarrassed. So he is not doing the big garden, and he's going to spray and sterilize, and nothing will live.
That's right. Get off my grass!
It's like good, because I think we're bad neighbors. Definitely to Lutz's, who have had groomed neighbors forever, and then these punk kids move in.
They think they're going to grow something. Yeah, that's what you're doing right now, is you're just watering those weeds.
I know. It's like, so.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I told you that Pa just about has me talked into, well, he does have me talked into one patch of Astro Turf.
The turf is cool. Okay, the new turfs. Have you went to the Quincy high school?
No.
You just need to go. Like, I'll take you there.
Take a trip. Is that what they have?
They have pro Afro Turf. It is fantastic. You can walk barefoot in it.
Astro, not Astro.
Astro Turf.
Astro.
Yeah. Astro Turf.
Astro Turf.
Yeah.
So, does it feel like grass when you walk on it?
Well, it doesn't feel like plastic.
Oh, okay, good.
So it's not like, it feels like kind of dry grass. You know how you can tell? Yeah, you can tell on your lawn where you're nice, green, luscious. Ooh, this is this is a little dry over here. This needs some water. Kind of how you feel, but not. I think if you weren't used to walking on grass, you might not know the difference.
And then when the dog poops on it, which we know she will, right?
Yes.
And we clean that up. I guess it just, you have to hose it off every once in a while because it's
I would assume you'd probably have to hose it off.
And then how do you get all of the leaves and the debris?
Or you just blow it off. It doesn't stick. Dad can really just take his backpack blower.
Well, I kind of feel our problem is that, see, the big thing, first of all, I love grass. I love the smell of cut grass almost as much as puppy breath.
Yeah.
You know, I just love the smell of that. I love the feel of grass, but we have such a hard time because, of course, we live in a desert. We are not supposed to have grass here. We only have grass here because we've brought in water. And
irrigate.
Yeah, to irrigate it. And it costs, now that I no longer live where you live, which is where we had well water, I have to pay for water. I have to pay for overages, and it is super expensive in Soap Lake. And so, you know, we already know that at Daisy House we're going to do a heritage garden. I think we've talked about that before, which is all indigenous plants, desert dwelling plants. We're supposed to save $8,000 a season just in watering. I'm all about that. I'm all about that. And so now it's the whole grass thing. It's like, well, but I do want grass here, but I do want grass here. But I want it to be green and pretty. I hate the dead spots. And I hate where the weeds are popping up through the grass. You know, I'm as bad as Dad. So I think we're going to try it. I just don't know where to order it. If anybody has had some experience with the Astro Turf and you know of a good company, I just don't know. I don't want some plastic nasty green stuff that, you know.
Right. I don't think you want the stuff that necessarily comes from Home Depot. I don't think that's...
some comes from Home Depot.
Yeah, you can buy it at Home Depot. But I think they're mostly thinking for like apartment dogs who need the grass to go potty.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't think that's going to be the same stuff as your like the high school has gotten. Yeah. I think. I mean, I
only want to buy it one time.
Right.
I want to put it down because we know, if those of you who know Pa, you know, it will be perfectly flat ground, perfectly prepared, perfectly whatever we need to do with it. He'll do it right. We only want to do it one time.
I agree. Yeah. And not have to. Yeah.
So if anybody knows, if anybody has done it, send that to me because we do have one spot in particular that we're going to try, and if I like it and I don't feel like I'm,
you know, extend it,
a bee in the big city.
Just don't poke any fake flowers in it, okay?
No, I draw the line there. Great big no for me. But anyway, so let me know about that. Cool. Because what's really nice is now...
Dad's been talking about Astro Turf for a long time.
He has been, because he likes that old man grass.
Yeah.
And out there, we used to have lush, thick, dark green grass because the water, we pumped it right out of the irrigation ditch.
Yeah.
You know, so we had to pay for a little bit of power, but it was good water and a lot of it, and we could water the bejesus out of the grass and nobody cared. Here,
it matters.
It matters a lot, and I keep telling him to turn those sprinklers off.
But I
can't afford that.
What are you doing?
And the other reason that I think it's really nice is because when we talk about fireflies, I think within the last month I've gotten 6 firefly videos.
Oh.
I know, and I just got a new one from Jeannie Matthews sent another new one. These are just so nice, but it almost makes me sad. It's like, oh, I just want to sit there. I just want to see me. And then somebody sent me a picture. I think it was Kelly sent me a picture of a lightning bug that was in her bathtub. It is an ugly looking bug. Because what do you think it looks like? Don't you think it looks like a bumblebee?
Yeah, but yeah, they're hideous.
Bumblebee that's like, but look what I got.
They look like a bug that I would smack, not realizing it was a lightning bug.
They totally look like a nasty little beetle-y thing. Mm-hmm. I was really surprised at what they looked like. Yeah, but anyway.
It's all about what's in the inside, not the outside.
I know. Just a little example. So thank you guys for those videos, but it just makes me want to touch it. So next year, I am going somewhere. I'm going to put in for that lottery thing, but the problem is that I think when they do the lottery for that synchronized thing, it's during retreats in June, and I don't think I can go to that. But if you have a backyard and a tent, I'm coming to your house. So that's what I want to do, is I just want to sit out there and wait for them to come to me.
Be among the bugs.
I want to know how to call them. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So, which kind of brings up the whole Alaskan thing and guild thing. You know, we are going to work on, maybe this week we'll have that done.
Yeah,
a page.
maybe.
We're going to put a page up. We've done this, we used to do it pre-COVID. We would travel to quilt guilds and we would do a trunk show, and then we would do a class. Maybe if it's a time when you guys are having a Saturday class or your retreat or whatever, we would go do that. We pretty much just did it local. We are absolutely willing to travel. And so, and it's kind of a nice thing because your guild can actually raise money for that. You can have a special price or free for guild members, and then you can charge people who are not guild members, and you can make your money back. But, and we don't charge very much. We just, mostly it's just to get to you. And so, and we don't mind sleeping wherever. I mean, well, I'm too old to sleep on a couch.
But even if it's in the spare room.
Spare room, I'm fine with it. It doesn't have to be a 5-star hotel.
No.
But anyway, so we'll talk about that. But because that's why I'm putting it out there. If you have fireflies,
she'll bring quilts.
The price is different. Just saying. And my sleeping arrangements could be different.
Yes.
Yes.
Barbecue
for dinner? Definitely. So anyway, because then, so more about Alaska, what we did, I took a bunch of video, way too much. So I'm going to be giving that to Anna this afternoon.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, she's going to download it all and she'll work her magic and she'll put it all together, because some of it is, you know, the guild members, sweet ladies. And oh my gosh, there's a great picture in there. They did a quilt for our breast cancer.
Oh, cool.
The bra auction.
Awesome.
And so it's all done. They just have to quilt it and then they're going to get it to us. But Linda put it together, and everybody made these little, there's 61 members in the guild, and they made these little 6-inch squares, and they did a Hollywood.
Oh, cool.
It's beautiful. So you'll have to look for that. And then the quilt that we did, we had it hanging behind us last week when we were talking about it. We did a double diamond. And so we have pictures of what they were working on and their blocks. And they worked really hard on that. One little funny little tidbit is that there was a predominance of one colorway in Alaska. What color do you think it is?
So I would say blue and white, but that's what I think of when I think of Alaska. My assumption is probably bright. Brights.
You're exactly right. All brights. Bright.
Because if it's rainforest and gloomy, dark for, you know, a long period of time, I feel like you'd have to have something to jazz up those, you know, endorphins.
Brights. And then somebody else, a couple people did flowers, beautiful but bright flowers. And then one, it was really beautiful. See, you'll be able to see the block in there, but she did this dog print as her focus piece, and then she just did black and white. I loved it. She did not like it. She started over with something bright.
Oh, funny.
But it was beautiful. I think she needs to finish it, because I think sometimes that happens when you start a quilt. It's like, oh, this block looks horrible. Oh, I've got 3 blocks done. It doesn't look right. Keep going. No quilt looks good. It's like a casserole, right? If all you've got in is, you know, the rice and the soup, it looks terrible. You know, so you just have to keep going, because that black and white one is going to be really good. But, so I have a lot of other videos. I went to 4 different beaches.
Ooh, did you have some repeats?
I did. The one repeat, we did do a repeat to Mission Beach. I had been to that one before, and we did a repeat to Junk Beach.
Oh, sure.
And I'd been to that one, but then I went to 2 other new ones. And so I kind of did like a pan across. I went to Fossil Beach, and we'll show you up close. I brought a little pan. Brianna has not yet seen what is in this pan. I brought a little smattering, so I'll show you that then when we can do a close-up for you guys. But we went to Fossil Beach, beautiful, and I can't even describe it. You just have to watch the video, because it's just amazing, where you can see on the cliffside, you can see the fossils embedded. It's like there's been like a earthquake, something that has sheared off the side. And so all of the rock is like this hard sand. It's like the softest rock. You can take a screwdriver and a hammer and
Wow.
you can dig things out of the side of this mountain. And you can see them. I mean, they go a long ways up, but super fun. So lots of fossils. So we went there, and then we went to the junk beach. What they did years ago, I mean, how long has Kodiak, the city of Kodiak, been there? Maybe 100 years. I might get this wrong. Linda and Amanda will have to correct me, but they started with their dump was right at kind of like the edge of town, and at the edge where they would kind of throw things into the water, just throw things off the edge of the cliff, thinking that's what you do with your garbage. I mean, I don't know why we didn't know any better than that. You'd think we would have. But anyway, then they kind of covered it up. They set it on fire. They did other things, but it's kind of unearthed a little bit of it. And so when you go down there now, there's all of these rusty car parts and all of these other kind of weird little treasures. I just have to show you one
What do
thing.
they do with their garbage now? Being on an island.
Oh.
And it's a dump. And if you need a dump.
More interesting. So they do similar to what we do. You know, we dig a great big hole, we throw it all in there, and then they fill it up. But they separate it all out. They do the same thing. But this is really interesting. Of course, on Kodiak, they have a bear problem.
Ooh, right. So bearing isn't always helpful.
No. And so what they have to do, they have to really protect it, kind of try to keep the bears out, because the problem is that once a bear has realized that they can go to a garbage can and find all this food, it's like, well, I'm not going down and get my feet all wet and catching fish and, you know, picking 3 berries at a time. They really like the garbage can. So they try to relocate the bears and take the bears back out, but really some of them become such a problem that it's a bad outcome for the bear.
Because they'll attack people over their garbage.
Yeah. And they get, they break into greenhouses.
Oh, sure.
For what's in there. They get the chickens.
I bet they do. Yeah. Sitting ducks.
Literally. Yeah. So they try to keep them out. And so what they do is they have like a dump area. And so, you know, we complain in Soap Lake about the cost of our water and our sewer and our garbage. And we pay $97 a month per bin that we have. And I think we have 5 bins out there. They pay $39 a month and you don't get a bin. You have to take that bagged garbage tied up and you take it to a central area. And there's like 5 or so areas. I mean, they're all around, whichever area is closest to you. You take it to this gated area where you take it so that if a bear does come in and decide it wants garbage, it's not going to come to your house.
That's pretty smart.
It's really smart.
That is actually pretty smart.
It's really smart. And then I thought, well, it puts it in perspective, too, that we shouldn't complain about our $97. They have to pay. And you still have to haul it.
Take it.
Yourself. So, yeah.
Do they recycle up there?
Things. They do recycle. Yeah, they do recycle, which is good. I mean, they're very green. In fact, is that true that Kodiak is the greenest? Every single resource that they have is a renewable resource.
I bet they do a whole lot of composting. I mean, knowing garbage or whatever, why don't you just compost? I wish I could do that. I just can't figure out quite how to do it. Because I'm a little bougie.
We're going to do it.
You don't know. So I don't really want it to smell.
Don't like the smell. Ooh, there's bugs.
I don't want to have to stir it, but if Robert would stir it for me.
Well, it's because we need to get one of those great big ones. It's like
that
a rolling
rotates.
drum.
I know. I think I need to try that.
Robert could make one.
He could. I have a broken washing machine. Could he take a washing machine drum and
that's gonna look a little too
redneck?
Super redneck. No, I'm thinking a blue drum.
Looks like an old school washing machine.
Like a blue, what are those things? Like the garbage can thing. And then cut a hole in it. And then just roll it. And I think as long as you don't put any animal products or dairy products in it, and you're just putting the other stuff and you're adding water and cooking it, and it's someplace away.
Yeah, I can't smell it. I wish that would be good. I mean, I feel better about our food waste. Like, I try really hard not to throw away food, but I do feel good because
You're feeding it to the chickens.
My chickens eat a lot, so it doesn't make me feel so bad because I'm not really throwing it away. I'm just, rewarding my chickens.
Yeah.
But there are some things you can't give them. So it's like, well, even like rind. So they'll eat the cantaloupe, but then they'll eat the rind. I could throw a rind in something to compost instead of just chucking it. But,
yeah. Thoughts. Things to, Yeah, so...
soon Wyatt will need a science project for school, and I have an idea.
Well, that's a compost, honey.
let's see how this works.
I know. I sort of researched it a little bit. There's other ones where they do layers.
Yes.
And then you pull it from the bottom, and
that seems super handsy. I've also seen the little ones.
You've got a
I know,
handy
capable
husband who
I know.
can build you something.
I've also seen the ones that are the size of like a ice maker that you leave in the house.
I've seen those.
Gosh, those are so cool.
It's called something like Noom or Zoom or I
feel like
spendy.
Super expensive. Definitely for
Super
bougie
spendy
folk.
for this much
This
dirt.
little bit of dirt, just to replant your plant.
Yeah,
but I just thought I've seen that too and thought that was pretty nifty too.
Super, and then they want you to ship it back to them. It's like, no, I'm gonna put that in my garden.
I'm not giving you my dirt.
I know. That seemed a little spendy to me.
I agree.
I wasn't so sure about
we
that.
do in Quincy. We have a compost dump, is what they call it. So if you just have yard waste. So leaves, grass clippings, tree branches, logs, they don't care. And you can go dump it at this place. They're super picky. They're going to inspect it. Heaven forbid you have a screw in there, all that things. You'll be like blacklisted. Right. But that's really nice because they will almost do their own composting and then they'll sell the rest of it, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah.
I wish they were open more normal hours. They're not open on the weekends, which I think is
prime gardening time.
Right, where people are actually going to have dump their yard waste and then buy the dirt to do whatever their wives want. But I think that's the super strange thing. And they close at like 3. So it's hard for me and Robert to use them because you have to get someone else to do the dump for you. Or you have to arrange your lunch just right to be able to do it. Because, that's the hard part. Otherwise, we would do a whole lot of that.
Yeah. They do that up in Kodiak, too, because Linda's sister, I think was who it was, said that she went out to the compost area to get a load, and she said it was, I remember what she said, $10 for however many cubic yards or whatever. It's like, oh, heck with that. They just filled up the back of her truck. It's like, just take it. It's okay. So she was trying to pawn it off. Do you need any compost?
I didn't need very much. I just needed
And they filled up my truck. So she was worried about how she was going to get it out of there. But anyway, so the other thing about Alaska that was kind of fun is that you see all of these videos on Facebook and TikTok of people that are idiots that go to Yellowstone Park and then they get out of their car.
Oh yeah,
to get a selfie with a bison.
Don't do not that. Even a moose.
Why would anybody think that, right? Yeah, I mean, they don't want to. They don't want you to scratch them. You think that they would like that.
They don't want it. They might look at you like there's nothing up there. They're just figuring out a way to hurt you without getting caught.
They are. They're trying to decide which of you they're going to eat.
And how close are you to my baby? Do you know which baby is mine? That's Ethel's. You better watch out.
That's right. Do not get between a baby.
No, so I can't believe people do that.
We drove out. So Linda was taking us out to, I don't know. There's this spot. Such good food up there. Such good fish. Little
Jordan was so raving. He was so excited.
Good food. So we ate fish. I mean, every night, whatever I ordered, and for lunch, it was always fish. Because I never thought about this before, but our salmon that we have here, of course, we have hatcheries. It's all farm raised.
Farm raised, sure.
It is not the same. It is not the same. It's like, how did you cook that? It's like, a little bit of, what did she put on it? Onion and butter. It's like, well, wait,
Let's not cook it.
Yeah,
it's way better.
Why does it taste different? Totally different. Totally different. Anyway, so we were going out to this restaurant, and Linda was going kind of slow because she says, well, we've been seeing bears. There wasn't a whole lot of fish that were in the upper streams, but we were kind of looking, and there was one that was on the runway. We have video of that for you in the little video. But anyway, so we went up, and sure enough, there was one that was on this little area. I don't know. I can't remember the name of where it was. But anyway, on our way out to this restaurant. So we pull over, and Jordan and I decided to get out,
Mom,
and take a selfie with a bear.
Sweet Jesus.
We did, because we wanted to be able to say that that's what we did.
Yeah, tourists.
We were tourists. And then when I was showing people, it's like, oh, we took a selfie with the bear. They were going, what?
What? There's nothing there.
Yeah, he's there. You just can't see him. He's, and I'll show you. There he is.
Oh. You're right there. He's way out there.
But we took a selfie with the bear.
Okay.
But we're not dumb. We are not stupid.
Okay, that's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay. We're not pulling no Yellowstone stunts out there.
No, we're
He's
not.
probably thinking, come closer.
I know he was eating and he did kind of, but there was quite a few.
Are you coming to me?
Yeah, they are big.
Oh, I bet.
They are big bears. Big bears. And then we were laughing about Big Bear Chase Me. No, not gonna happen for us. We're not gonna do it.
There is this video going around on, I think it was TikTok, that it was a farmer driving and this bear like jumped through barbed wire. Like flew. It's like, well,
To get him.
to get the truck, yeah. Because the babies. So the babies, she had crossed the road and the babies were right behind her, and so she was defending the cubs from the truck. But he's videotaping this big bear just fly right through the barbed wire. Didn't even break it. And it's like, well, noted. Won't live past that either. No one getting past Mama Bear.
No,
It's like
Mama
the
Bear is a
craziest thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
Crazy.
Well, let's show you so that we can kind of move on.
Oh, from Alaska?
Yes. Let me show you some of the things that we got, and then we can, because you won't see these things in the little video. The video that we're doing, of what I did in Alaska. This stuff is not in there. There might be one or two little close-up things, but not any of this stuff. So I'll just show you. This is just a little smattering of stuff. So this is the sea glass, and let me just show you. So the sea glass, you can't hardly tell what color it is until you get it wet. And then when you get it wet, you can see, how pretty it is. So This is glass that has been washing around. So of course it was broken, beer bottles and lots of brown, lots of beer bottles, lots of different things that wash around in the ocean, and then you can find these on the beaches there. This one is from this garbage beach where this glass, you can tell, is not as old. So it's still got some rough edges. And in fact, this one was one of the coolest ones. You can still tell that it was some sort of a, sconce or something. You can still see a pattern on it. And on this one, there's one that I have that says 91 or something on the bottom of it. So this glass hasn't cooked for very long. This glass, this is what Amanda was constantly looking for. This is burnt glass. So when they set everything on fire and everything melted, this is something that was glass that all melted together, and it created this melted glass that sort of looks crystal-y, kind of fun. And then there was also on the beach, there was a lot of porcelain. So different.
I think that's like some of the coolest
love
stuff.
the porcelain. I love it. All kinds of different colors. And then look at this. This is the weirdest thing. Well, here, let me show you this first. So here's porcelain. This is just a really pretty, there's some different rocks that are different colors. There's this green rock. I don't know if you can see that it's green. And then this is milk glass. It's not really a rock. It's this milk glass. And so look at this. I didn't know if it was a rock or milk glass or porcelain because look, it's Igor.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? I wasn't sure. I held him for a while and I thought, I didn't know if I really want him, but he's a little spooky. And if you go this way, he's bald and he has a beard.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know. I don't even know what he's doing, but I don't know. He seems a little grumpy to me. And then, of course, there's lots of quartz. So there's lots of wish rocks. If you don't know what a wish rock is, a wish rock is where, it just is a quartz ring and you put your finger on the ring, and as you bring it around, you make your wish, and then as soon as you give the rock away, your wish will come true. So big, thick quartz, but what's kind of fun is that this one garbage beach, the one you'll see the picture where there's all of the rust everywhere, look at what happened to the quartz. It turned rusty color.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that funny? All of the rocks and stuff that we picked up there were discolored, and this is a sea urchin? What's fun about these is this one, if a starfish lays across the top and bites the end and sucks it all out, that's what the hole is from. is this guy got eaten by a starfish. But here's this guy, but then look at this one that was on that rusty beach. See the difference?
Yeah.
And then there's some other shells, some fun little shells. And then this is the stuff that was from Fossil Beach. So you can see, you know, you just dig it out and
That's so cool.
See that dirt in there. So this was what it was before. And there's this. So all of these, and then look at that one. That one just a cool snail. All of these are the same. And then, but I wanted you to see the dirt. Oh, so here. So the dirt, and you'll kind of see in the video, you can just like chip this away. It's super soft. It's a soft rock. Now I'm not able to chip it away. I'm acting all weak, but you can feel the, oh, see, even this one, see, it's already flicking. Oh, so see, you can just break that away, but you have to be kind of careful because then what will happen is you'll break the shell.
Sure.
And so like this one, so these are some little clams over here, but look at this one. This one actually was able to get hard. It was there long enough. And so see, there's just a little bit of the shell left, but look at the shape.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it created this rock. And then also you can just find, you know, bits that are just inside the rock that you don't really want to. This has gotten a little bit hard, and so harder than this. And so rather than chipping it all away, it's like, well, now it's just a rock that has all of this, you know, fun stuff. So here's another one. Just has weird things that are in there. And then lastly, this was one of my favorite little garbage finds. So this to me looks like it's off of a sewing machine. May or may not be. I don't know. I'm going to say that it is. And then look at this guy. Put down.
Oh, that's pretty
cool. Can you tell what it is? It's a bee! I mean, not really, but I'm going to say it is.
It looks like one.
I know, just a little piece of copper. A little piece of garbage.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, so yeah, so there's a little smattering of fun things, but oh, you know, beachcombing is one of the funnest things, just relaxing. And Jordan went too. He went to, I think they call it Boy Scout Beach or something, and went to one where there's where we got most of the glass. And same thing, we were there for an hour and a half, and we could have stayed longer. It's like a game, you know, searching, and, you know, it's just super relaxing, super fun. We got to where it's like, okay, I'm mostly going to look for colors.
Getting a task.
You'll see where I kind of just like move the rock aside and then you can see all of the glass, but
that's very cool.
It's, yeah, really, really fun. And what else was I going to say about that? Alexa.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to say it out loud because
the A word.
Yeah. So I got home and went to bed. I got home at, what was it, 3:15 or something. I don't remember what, in the morning. I don't remember what time it was. Went to bed and then came to work. And then last night, Pa and I were talking about, you know, so, you know, visiting, and I was showing him the beaches and loving beachcombing and blah, 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 and, you know, doing whatever. And so, and then mostly that was what we talked about. We talked about that, and we talked about something else. Oh, and we were talking about hot tubs, that everybody up there has a hot tub, you know, that a big thing, because if you're cold and you just have that drizzly thing, that it's kind of nice to soak in the hot tub. So anyway, so then we finally, you know, we have dinner, finish visiting, sit down, thought, oh, we'll just kind of see what's happening with the news. Hadn't seen the news for a long time. So we turn it on, and we watch, everything that we watch is on YouTube.
Sure.
We find the news on YouTube, and we can watch 19 minutes of news, which is just enough, and we can kind of pick and choose who we want to watch and what we want to watch. And that's about it. So anyway, so we go on, and that For You page.
Oh, yeah?
Guess what was on there?
Hot tubs.
Hot tubs.
And beach toys.
Beachcombing. beachcombing. I was like, I looked at this and it's like, so I asked him, what were you watching? He said, I wasn't watching anything. I didn't watch
I don't know
anything.
how to use the TV when you're not here.
Yeah, and it's like massive, all of these videos. There's some great big beachcombing guru guy that is in Forks, Washington.
Funny.
And so we had his video came up and all of these weird videos. And it's like, gosh, she is like the nosiest thing.
Right.
That they listen to your conversations. And I mean, we've always known it. I've shown multiple times. It's like, and now look. And I know that it creeps a lot of people out. And I'm not saying that it doesn't creep me out, but it's also kind of nice. So I'm going to talk a whole lot about composting and building my own compost bin. And let's see what the algorithm gives us to figure. And how do I find Astro Turf? I'd sure like some Astro Turf, but I want really good quality. So, you know.
Use it to your advantage.
Yeah, it's okay that AI runs the world. We all know it. And as soon as we accept it, that it's what's happening anyway, then use it to your advantage. And it's perfectly okay. But anyway, I just thought it was funny that there's so many beachcombing videos out there. So anyway, so you'll see ours. I'll give Anna all of my footage this morning, and she'll work on that. So hopefully within the week you'll be able to see that, and it'll be kind of fun. And meet some of my Alaskan friends. So, all right, what else were we going to talk about? We talked about Alaska. We talked about build opportunities. Mm-hmm. We talked about Ireland. So I'm going to mention that. So we do have all of the details ready for our trip because, of course, we're going back to Alaska, all of us, in 30 days.
Yeah.
30 days. We are leaving, and we're going up there. We're going to go to Ketchikan, Juneau, and Skagway, and a glacier. And we're going to have sewing machines, and we're going to sew, and we're going to do crazy stars, and we're going to have a super great time. Super great time. Super excited. And there's a few people that are going to, I think, come back with us and hang out in Soap Lake for a couple days or so, which is really nice. So super looking forward to going back again.
Doing some more beachcombing.
Doing some more beachcombing. We'll see, because we have some friends we're meeting in Juneau, and so we're going to the beach.
I'm excited for that.
Super excited about that.
And also Alaska people. Yes. So we were just talking with Ray and John about whatever, and our Ketchikan excursion, me and the kids are not going to do it. Only because we're going to a quilt shop, we're going up to a totem park, and then we're going to go to downtown Ketchikan. I just don't think our kids are going to enjoy the bus ride. I will be the only one that enjoys the fabric store. My kids will be in trouble at the fabric store, thinking it's Nana's store. And the totem pole, I've seen a lot of totems, and I can see a totem all over Alaska. My kids, again, will climb on it, do naughty things. So we're going to have to fill our morning doing something different.
And then you're going to meet us when we go downtown.
And then we're going to meet everybody else at downtown Ketchikan to hang out. So if you know of anything that would be super fun, it can be touristy, I don't care. Robert and I have never been to Alaska, so this will be our first time going. So
I didn't realize you've never been.
We've never done an Alaskan cruise. His parents' first cruise was to Alaska, and they thought it was cool, but we've never been to Alaska. We have a lot of invites to go, but we're just trying to get there. And
yeah, that's right.
Between having babies and everything.
So those of you guys that live in Ketchikan,
let me know.
Hook a girl up.
Let me know what you should do.
Yeah. Because then we're going to come back down, and then there's some old spot that has a lot of shops and stuff that's like across a bridge. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to end up there. And then we'll meet up with you there.
Meet up there. But if there's something we should do in the morning, that would be really fun. Again,
that's walkable. Walkable from Pier 4 is where we're coming in.
Pier 4? Okay. Because we have a 7, a 5, and an 18-month-old. Maisie will be in a stroller, and Maisie's super chill. I mean, she'll do anything.
She will.
Because if Wyatt and Harper can do it, you'd be darn sure she can do it.
That's right. And do it better.
Yeah. So let me know if there's anything we should do. Between, it could be eating, it could be a kid place. I don't care.
There might be
something fun. I'm sure there's something that we don't know.
And I'll bet that Jeannie and Chris will have, because I think they're going to be on the bus with us.
Oh, awesome.
And so I'll bet they'll have some suggestions for you too. Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Let me know.
Because then after we go, we're taking this is our 2024 cruise, and then we are doing Egypt. I don't know if there's still room in Egypt, but maybe. I think we did have a cancellation. I think we even had a cancellation in Alaska.
We
I
had
don't know if that
Alaska.
was filled or not, because Karen McElwain and her husband are not coming.
Yeah.
So maybe if there's like, I don't know if there's a waiting list or not, but if you were maybe on a waiting list, or you were maybe thinking, and now 29 days you can get your act together, I believe that there is a room.
Two spots.
So, but contact Ray, don't contact me. Contact Ray and John for that. But then we're going to Egypt. And really the Alaskan one, we added, Egypt was our planned trip for 2024.
Yes.
We did Alaska as a fundraiser for the museum, is why we added that one. We wouldn't normally, we wouldn't normally do them, so close together, but then we're doing Egypt, and I don't know if there's a spot left for Egypt either, but again, if you're still thinking about it or on the fence, and now that it's closer, that your time has,
cleared up, or
the
wedding really isn't happening the month you thought it was.
Yeah, they eloped instead. Then all of that is good. But 2025, on August 3rd, I believe, we will be going to the British Isles. So we are starting in Amsterdam, and then we are going over to London, and then we're going around to maybe Birmingham, and I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a little loop.
And then we're going
Scotland
around. We're doing Ireland, and then we're doing Scotland, and then we're ending back up in Amsterdam. And then we're also thinking, John and Ray don't know this yet, but we're thinking about getting off somewhere and doing a little daytime excursion up to some castle that Brianna feels like she has to. She thinks that's where her people are from. She always thought she was adopted. She was truly a princess.
I've always told Mom, if anything were to happen and I had to leave the United States, Scotland, I'm coming your way. I won't be a fugitive, I promise. I don't really have anything to offer, but I can hem your pants. And I know how to make
I wonder
make
how
yarn
hard it
out
is
of
to
wool.
get in.
I don't know.
And now Australia.
I have a redheaded baby. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I think you need more than that. I think there's paperwork involved.
That's where I would go. Just saying, that's where I would be.
Yeah. She's been before.
I have
not. So we're super excited about that. Oh, so this is what I was going to tell you, is that I believe at this very moment in time, they would only give us 24 rooms, which is 48 people, right? They're all double occupancy rooms. They would only give us, because it always fills up really fast. So for a group, that's all they would give us. There are more available if we sell out of our 24, immediately.
Sure.
And I think that will happen. But at the moment, there's only 24. And so what we're doing is we have just so many people that want to go and that have been talking about it, that we thought we would give you guys kind of a little heads up, a little head start, all of our 50%ers. And so today is Wednesday, what is today, the 17th? The 17th. So Friday morning at 8:30, the 19th, 8:30 Pacific time, that will go live. And so we'll have it on our website with a link. There's a little paperwork that you fill out. John and Ray will have that. They will send out their mass email on Friday morning at 8:30 Pacific time. So that's when it'll kind of go live for you guys to go ahead and sign up. So that gives you 2 days, which I know is not very long, but it gives you 2 days to kind of think about it, call someone, get your ducks in a row. Yeah, we're going to do it, and we're going to share a room. So it gives you a couple of days. There is a possibility that there will still be some spots available, but I don't know. We've had more interest in this trip than the other ones that we've done. This is like a really big one that lots of people and large groups are wanting to do.
That is true. So on our website at Cruise With Us, you will see, I'll put Ireland on the top. You will see the flyer. It's going to show you the route, the dates, and kind of what to expect, but there's no like extra excursions or any information that way. It's pretty bare bones at the moment. And then there is the fill in the blank bits. All of that is just information John and Ray need to kind of get you going. They'll call for credit card and other information if there's things that are missing, but that gives them essentially that you are wanting a spot, or you want to be on a wait list, or it gives them that you on the list. So that will be available. But then on Friday it goes out to their entire database. So
so
not just our
get
people.
in there, get that done, get that all figured out.
It's gonna be super cool.
And it'll be really good. So you'll be able to see what we're doing. But I think there's like 5 or 6 from Alaska that are wanting to. I'm so excited.
That'd be cool.
Hang out with Linda and Amanda and there's these 2 twins. Oh my gosh, Joan and Jill. And I don't know how old they are. They must be in their early 60s. You know, I can never tell. Beautiful, beautiful women. They identical twins. And one, I think it was Joan, says that she can speak any language. And she does. She just makes it up. So she'll sit down, she'll start speaking French, or she'll start speaking Spanish, or she'll start speaking whatever. And she just like, it totally sounds totally real, but it's not. And I thought, how does your brain work that you can do that? That she just, makes up some, she goes, or the French term for that is blah, 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 blah. And it's like, and then we're all cracking up. It's like, really? No, I'm ready. Anyway, they want to come. They're coming.
Good.
Yeah. Super fun people. Fun people. So anyway, I just wanted to mention a lot of people have asked about it, and I think the number of people that have asked, we don't have room for the number of people that have asked. So,
but if you're
serious about it,
get your name in the hat.
Get your name in there, and I think that there's like a deposit that you would put down, and then and I think that it's all refundable, and then all of a sudden there's a time where it's no longer refundable unless you have insurance.
Yeah.
I always get trip insurance 100% of the time. It's going to cost you a couple $100s, but you get it all back, every bit of it. And so it's a really good thing. So, all right. There was one other thing on my list, and that was book club. So we should talk about this, and maybe we should, I'll put it in our newsletter too, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't do 4 books every other month. And I think that we've talked about this before. We talked about it in book club, but everyone goes, no, just go ahead and keep doing it. And we can still meet every month. But I think that that my problem is that I want to read all
of them.
4 books
Yeah.
that we have recommended. And so all 4 of those books, and trying to get them and read them, plus the other things that are on my list, it's a lot. And really, if I'm only reading the 1 book per month, maybe it wasn't such a big deal. But anyway, it seems like every 2 weeks I get another list of books to read.
Yeah.
Do you think?
We could
let
change
us
it.
know what you guys think, and then we'll put it in the newsletter. And I think it seems like it was just like a month ago that we asked.
talked
Are you
about
guys
it.
sure you want to do it?
And they
every
were
month?
fine.
And they still want to do it every month.
Yeah.
Only I'm the stressed one. And I shouldn't be stressed. I finished 3 books.
Oh, that's good.
I know. I finished the one, Ask for Andrea. I left it with Linda because I said, you kind of need to read this book. And here's the deal with Ask for Andrea is that if you guys remember when we talked about September House was supposedly like a mystery thriller or a thriller and horror.
Turned horror in the last chapter.
And I thought it was, the last chapter was super gruesome.
Woo-wee.
But the rest of it, I kept thinking it was a comedy. Did you think it was?
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It was funny. I thought it was funny. I didn't think it was scary at all. And so I think this Ask for Andrea, it's that same vibe.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Exact same vibe. Although there's no gruesome bits. There's nothing gruesome about it. But and I can tell you what it's about without, giving it away. But what it's about is there's this serial killer. I mean, there's no mystery. You know exactly who it is and who's doing it and what he's doing. There's no twist anywhere in there. It's just this story. And it's this story about this serial killer who's killing all of these girls, these women. And it's about them. And so all of the story is told by these 4 women that are now ghosts.
Oh.
And so they're saying what happens is like, wait a minute, why am I still laying there when I'm standing here? So from the moment that they realize that they're no longer alive, and then what they do, and what happens in that when you decide to finally cross over or, you know, whatever. It was really interesting. Oh. Totally new take on what somebody thinks happens, and how people communicate and what they're able to do, and super interesting. It was just a fun read. Of course, I have my own idea that I think most people share about what happens when you die, but it was just really interesting. I really liked it, and even though it was sort of a gruesome subject, you weren't surprised at any of it. Sure. It was just interesting because it was, you know, told by these guys. But anyway, and the reason it's called Ask for Andrea.
And a different point of view.
Totally
Usually
different point of view.
Usually it's either the point of view of the killer or someone trying to find the killer.
Right. Right.
So, yeah.
Totally different point of view. You know exactly who's doing it. You know what he did because they started like long ago and then they kind of went up, and it was just interesting. Cool. But I would say I liked it. I liked it. One of those that you feel a little nervous about recommending because of the storyline, but I thought it was super entertaining, and I'm going to say I could not put it down. Oh, it was really, really, really good. So I really liked it. I left it with Linda and I said, Linda, you need to read this, and then give it to Amanda to read. And oh, by the way, I brought it with me. Linda bought a book for you at the bookstore that I brought back. And she said that she doesn't often read fantasy. Maybe we'll put a picture of it in here for you guys. She doesn't often read fantasy, but she did because this book was recommended by someone, and she loved it. Oh, really liked it. And so she liked that book, and she said, since you like fantasy, you would really like it. So, awesome. So she sent back a book for you.
Fantastic. So, thank you.
Anyway. All right. So then I won't be stressed about book. We'll just keep doing for a month and, you know, all. But I think what happens with me, too, is I can't always get them.
That's true. I mean, I think that's with everybody.
Yeah.
Have you tried Hoopla yet? I'll put it on your phone.
Put that on my phone
And
today.
that might help. Because, again, you're going to have access to different books. You don't have to wait for all of the books. Mm-hmm. And you might not have to pay for it on Audible. Okay. So because I have all three in mine. Okay. I still have some waiting on, you know, Libby, and listening in Hoopla, and waiting for my other ones to go on sale on Audible. So, you know. I got all three open.
But you can't. Do you listen to more than one book at a time?
No.
I can't either.
I can't.
Absolutely cannot.
I can't even listen to one and read one.
No.
Nope. I have to. I'm committed to my people until you get to the end.
Yeah, I totally agree. I can't do more. But I also, do you think that this is a weird thing that I can be totally into a book, totally love it, and then a week later not remember a single thing about it? Is that weird?
I sometimes am like that. If I can't read it all, but usually what I can do is I can read like the first chapter, and then go back a chapter. You know, the very first couple pages, and then if I'm on chapter 16, I'll do it at 15. I'm caught up. I can refresh myself that way.
There was one that I had to, I think, ask for Andrea. I had to start all the way over.
But you listen and read so many books in between.
I do.
So even if you had high hopes, I'm going to finish it this weekend. Oh, but life happened, and I need to clean, so I'm going to listen to something. Yeah. I could see, especially what you listen to, I could see where you needed to restart. Yeah. I don't think that's weird, though.
Yeah, I just forget. I feel like that about movies, too.
Well, I'm like that with, like, series. If we're waiting for the next season, I always watch the last episode of the previous season. So I'm all, like, up to snuff again. And hopefully I don't have any questions. And then I start again, because I forget.
Yeah. Too many things on our mind.
Yeah.
Too many things. All right, and just because people are probably going to ask, Ben is probably going to ask how Pa did while we were gone. Yes, I left a stack of
Hamburger
Helper available for him.
Good.
And he did cook it, and he did like it, and he decided to be adventuresome. And there was some he added, he made something, one of them, and he added Heinz 57 sauce.
Ooh.
I know.
I mean,
he said it was really good.
Okay.
And then there was another one that he made it, and then he put grated cheese and put it in the oven for a little while.
Oh!
It's like a little fancy little chef. It's just called Chef Ramsay.
Yeah.
And so, so he liked that. And so, so when I got home, what was in the refrigerator was some leftover Hamburger Helper
that he wanted you to
some
try.
bacon
and some bacon
and bacon. Bacon. We have that for dinner. Well, I will always make something with it, but Pa will have just bacon.
Bacon sandwich.
He's gonna just bacon. He's gonna cook 2 pounds of it. Gonna eat it, and then he'll have a little bit left over. So he did eat very well. But one thing that's kind of funny is that the man does not understand what a mop is.
Oh no.
And I don't know why I would have thought any different. I mean, he's not messy at all.
Does your little Roomba go off when he's at work? Did she kind of maintain?
No, because you have to kind of watch her, because she will start to vacuum over something that she shouldn't, and then she makes these funny little sounds, and then she dies there, and so no, I have her turned off, but I do need the one that also will mop, because I have so many hard floors, non-carpeted surfaces, but it's kind of funny because I got home and that was like the first thing that I noticed is like, what is this? So he has little coffee drips.
Coffee drips.
He has little salsa drips, and I think he had some sort of a wound. There's little blood drips, and it's like, this is like gross.
You couldn't find a wipey?
And so I know it. What is happening? And but we do have one of those weird, the spin mops.
Yeah, I can see even not even knowing how to figure it out.
I'm not touching that. Yeah, and he's not going to bend over and do it on his hands and knees either. So, yeah. So I got home at 3:15 by I think 7:30 I was mopping my kitchen floor. Can't take it. So anyway, but anyway, I think he is just about out of hamburger helper. Do not send more, but.
He won't be home alone. We don't know the next time he's going to be home alone.
Yeah, he's all good because he's going with us. For a while there, he wasn't going to go to Alaska with us, and then the more we talked about it, he was thinking he was going to miss out.
So he's coming.
Is there a spot for me? It's like, yeah. I'll ask Wyatt to scooch over.
Right.
I was going to have a mixed roommates.
Yes.
So we still will, but
it'll be pretty fun.
3's a crowd now. Send Papa somewhere else.
I know. Luckily, me and the kids hadn't had a talk that they didn't know Papa. I mean, they knew Papa wasn't coming, but nobody knew they were Nana's +1.
Sleepover.
So we didn't have to argue about who was sleeping where.
So I was thinking we would just trade it up.
Right, and just do a little slumber party.
Yeah.
But luckily, we hadn't had that conversation yet, so no one's heart was broken.
Surprise, surprise.
They're happy that Papa's coming, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Let's show what's behind us.
What behind us is, this is called Frame to Frame Unicorn. So we do have a couple kits to make this exact quilt, or you can get just the pattern if you want to. I do have some of the fabric and I think even the panel left. So if you like it but want to change something up, I think the pattern itself is super cool.
Yeah.
Even if you don't use a panel, just a cool focus piece.
Yeah. Yeah. So. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I really like it.
And it would be pretty quick.
Yeah. It'd be cool even for a t-shirt quilt.
Yeah.
If you just want to do a couple t-shirts, maybe if they're, school, the college they're going to, do some college fabric here, and then some t-shirts. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Smart. Yeah. And then I grabbed this one when Brianna was getting that one. I knew this one wasn't the same one, but it seemed sort of similar to me. There's only 2 of these kits left, and there's none of the fabric. It's just this, but I thought, sometimes I don't think, we see things if it's not like brand new and in the box opening, but this one is called Kaleidoscope Wings, and so it's fun. I mean, there's there's the framed block from the panel, and then just a little, what is that block? Kind of a, I don't know what the name of that.
Irish
the
chain.
Official name of that block is.
So
it just creates this little secondary effect. And these are bright Alaskan colors.
Yeah.
So anyway, another little kit. People, I did go shopping at the.
Good.
I think there was 3 quilt shops in Kodiak. I think was what I heard. I didn't go to all 3. I went to one. Super nice, and it was fun. I'm always amazed that I can go to another quilt shop and they will be selling fabric that I've never seen before. But one thing I'm going to say is Timeless Treasures. We don't have one single piece of Timeless Treasures in our store because that rep and Kaufman, though that rep, she sells Kaufman or she's the representative for Kaufman Fabrics and for Timeless Treasures. She won't come out here because we're in the middle of nowhere. And so, I don't know. So we don't have any of it. Yeah. So it's unfortunate. We used to, when we would go to market, we would make an appointment and order some stuff. But now we just, that's why we don't have it.
We fill with other things.
I know. I found some really nice
cool
stuff. It's like, it's Timeless Treasure. So I brought you back some.
Oh, famous.
But there was some really fun stuff. And, I've never seen this before. And that would be why. So, I don't know. Maybe someday we'll get a new Kaufman rep or Timeless Treasures rep who will come visit us.
Yeah.
And then it'll be really good. So,
All right. It was fun chatting with you guys.
see you tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.